Greetings, technicians. This is Admin Crow here, your coach of the Toronto Star Raptors, bringing you the team builder for Season 1, Week 2 of the TDL, the Technician Dream League, a fun singles league that I'm currently running with a couple of my friends. This week we'll be taking on Coach Javier, one of my good friends, the coach of Serena Serperiors. So this man drafted a super offensive team, or should I say a hyper offense team. I talked to him for a little bit after the draft. He pretty much just picked whatever he felt like on the spot without, having too much thoughts going into the draft, which is kind of interesting because I don't have anything on my team that can take a high jump kick. I don't have a Lando T, or I don't have a bulky fairy type who can do that. So if Javier so decide to bring his Mega Metacham, which I think have a very high chance of coming, just because it's speed tier and the fact that it hits so incredibly hard. Every time it comes in, it just straight up gets a revenge kill no matter what I have on the field, pretty much. It just straight up destroys or wrecks my entire roster. So instead of going with a defensive route, or I guess more of a bulky offensive playing style like what I usually go with, I'm just gonna go straight up offense. So this week is gonna be a fun battle for sure because I'm bringing some heat against one of my good friends. I know Javier, he's a very good battler, but at the same time he likes to bring fun sets or creative sets. So this week we're just gonna be chilling it out, and body's gonna be dropping, Pokemon's gonna be dropping like flies. I think every turn, if not every other turn, Pokemon's gonna be going down. The battle itself probably not gonna last more than 10 minutes. So yeah, let's get into the builder itself, see what I'm bringing and what I think my opponent's gonna be bringing this week, so on and so forth. His entire roster and his list of 12 Pokemon should appear to your right momentarily. As you can see, his Z captains are Hydreigon and Infernape. Infernape is also one of the biggest threats I think is going to be coming for sure, because it's just so good against my team. My fairies, one being Coco, the other one being Shiinotic, gets destroyed by his dual stab, especially Shiinotic. It was actually on my initial team, but it actually get 2-hit KO by Metacham anyways, even if I go full HP, full defense with a bold nature, and plus, even though it resists the fighting stab coming from Infernape, it just gets completely destroyed by the fire stab, so I opt against it. Anyways, so yeah, he has a lot of offensive threats on his team. The first mon that came to my mind when I was team building against him is Kieran Black. So looking at his roster, he doesn't have a steel type, he doesn't have a fairy type, which means dragon types runs through his entire team. However though, one thing is, because his team is so offensive, my Kieran Black doesn't outspeed anything except for one of his a few of his lower tier picks. So even though Kieran Black runs through his entire team with Dragon Stab, I can't really use it as a win con just because of the fact that it's so slow, and I can't really choice scarf it because first of all I really want the raw power. Secondly, it doesn't outspeed any of his good choice scarfers. That being said, mainly the Nihilego and Hydreigon. With my 95 base speed, I don't outspeed both of these, and plus even the Infernape might be choice scarfed. So that's why I decided to not bring a Scarf Kieran this week. Instead, I'm bringing a Dragonian Z along with Outrage, Dragon Claw, Hung Claws, and Fusion Bolt. Fusion Bolt is mainly there for the Milotic, even though I don't think he's going to be bringing, due to the fact that I have a Coco. Coco is a really good check to it. the only move I really need are Dragon Claw and Outrage. Just like I said before, Dragon type just runs through his entire roster. Outrage is just there for Draconian Z. My goal this week is just to get off a Draconian Z and hopefully a couple Dragon Claws. Mainly just a big hit with the Z move. A Dragon Claw is just so that if I happen to live after that, which I should with my full HP investment, I can go for a couple Dragon Claws without having myself lock into Outrage. Although I don't really see the point for me not clicking Outrage. Like I said before, he doesn't really have a Dragon Resist. Like, it's pretty much Outrage plus 3 moves. Like, the other 3 moves are very like situational, which I don't think I'm going to be clicking most of the time. Initially I was going to lead with this thing because a Jolly, I would like to find out if his Infernape is scarfed or not from the beginning. If he does bring Scarf, it has to be a Jolly Ape. If it is Jolly, I actually survive a close combat with the investment I have right here. So initially I decided to go with a Kieran Black lead and just get off a Draconium Z turn 1 to get my kill. If he so decide to lead Ape, I can live the close combat and find out if he's scarfed. However, I decided to go against that because the fact that I don't live a fake out into close combat if he so decide to bring that, and there's a good chance that he very well may go for fake out, might very well go for fake out turn 1, either with the Infernape or the potential Medicham lead just to get off his Mega early on. So that's the reason I don't want to lead with Kieran Black. I want to bring it in at a later stage as a revenge killer or just get off a huge dent on his team. Anyways, so moving on to my shark. My shark, yes. I can't imagine myself calling it anything else other than my shark. Because it's my shark, right? Anyways, so yeah, it put in a lot of work last week versus Lo-Fi. It's actually one of the MVP Pokemon right now up on the leaderboard. So this week it's going to put in a lot of work as well. As you can see, Javier's team, he doesn't have a Dark Resist. The 2 of his Dark Resists just dies to Liquidation or / Ice Fan, those being the Hydreigon and the Infernape. So I can pretty much freely spam Crunch against his team once Infernape is gone, mainly because Infernape has priority Mach Punch or Vacuum Wave to threaten me out. So the goal this week is to sweep with my Shark after I get rid of Infernape, or find out whether if he's the Choice Scarf variant. If he's Choice Scarf, it's very unlikely that he will be packing a priority alongside of it. So yeah, a Protect is there just for Scout and get up the +1. One thing do note is that even at +1, I don't outspeed a Jolly Scarf Ape with max speed, or a Jolly, what's the other one? Or a Timid Scarf Galvantula, which I think he might bring, but I don't think he's going to be a Scarf variant if he does bring it, just because he might want to set up Sticky Web against me just for the Coco. But that's very unlikely, considering his entire roster outspeed mine most of the time anyways. So I wouldn't think that he will bring webs against me just for Coco. So anyways, this is pretty much my late game sweeper against Javier's team this week. And then moving on into Kaminari, yes, my hero reference once again. This time I'm rocking a Choice Spec set. Similar to the Dragon Stab, he doesn't have a really good electric switching, aside from maybe Credeli. That's why one of the reason. This is also one of the reasons that I think he might bring Credeli against me this week, just because it's literally his only electric resist. He doesn't have a ground type, aka a ground immunity. Two of his electric types, one of them being Galvantula, which won't take a T-ball all that well, and the other one being Zapdos, which doesn't even resist electric due to its flying electric typing, which, you know, give Coco a very big window, just freely click Thunderbolt in the late game. Oh, I didn't talk about the EV investment, but pretty much the Kieran Black is just full HP, full attack to get off, ensure that I live ahead and get off my Dragonian Z, and my Shark is having enough speed to outspeed a Scarf Nihilego at +1, since I don't outspeed a Scarf Ape or a Scarf Galvantula at +1 anyway, or the Crobat at +1 obviously, but I don't think he's gonna be bringing Crobat because of Coco, and or even if he does bring it, I don't think he's gonna be Scarfed. Anyways, for Kaminari, this EV investment here is to make sure I hit as hard as possible with the choice spec, modest nature, max special attack. The EV investment, I believe, is to outrun a timid Galvantula or a jolly/timid Ape, because I don't think he's gonna be bringing the Crobat. So if he does bring it, I'll be forced to switch out. Then again, I don't think he's gonna be bringing a Fury in the Coco or risking a speed tie, since we both hit a max speed of 130 for our base stat. Anyways, so the moves are U-turn, T-Bolt, Volt Switch, Dazzling Gleam. Most of the time I'm just going to be clicking Volt Switch until I can clean up with T-Bolt. U-turn is there for the Cradily and Hydreigon if I predict those two to come in to resist my electric stab. But the moves are pretty self-explanatory. I just dump the rest of the EVs in HP to help me take the hits a little bit better. And next up we have UBW. Yes, UBW, that reference. God damn it. UB obviously stands for Ultra Beast, and UBW is one of my favorite face series. Anyways, and the other thing is, because it stands for Unlimited Blade Works, right? And it's so fitting for Silvally because it literally gets access to every type. It's like a mini Arceus. So UBW making his first debut and probably the only debut, due to the fact that I'm actually dropping UBW, aka the Silvally, after this week. You'll see what my free agency are later on. I think I'll be using it right away, if not in week 3, then in the week after. So I'll be saving that as a surprise. So I'll be going over the moves. The parting shot is mainly for general momentum, and defog is in case of webs. I would like to get rid of them. I don't really care about rocks all that much because my team is not that weak to rocks. And Shadow Ball is to hit the I believe it's just for a general stab, because I am bringing a Gold Silvally this week for the Mega Medicham. This set allows me to not get 2-hit KO'd because I'm immune to the fighting stab. That's how how much I am afraid of the Mega Medicham. It's such a huge threat against my team, that I'm forced to bring a Gold Silvally fully defensive, just so that I can only get 3-hit KO by Zen Headbutt from a Mega Medicham. But it's very unlikely that I'll be staying against it, mainly because if I do switch in this on Mega Medicham, I'll be going into something else right away with the parting shot. And the Toxic obviously just there for general purpose, because why not? I mean, it's not really less necessary against his team because he doesn't have really good walls or anything, but it's just a filler for last slot, I guess, in case he does bring Melodic or something. Yeah, this is yeah, pretty self-explanatory. Oh yeah, and oh, maybe I will want to make this 0 actually. I don't want to outspeed anything, although I don't think it matters, but I would like to get a slower parting shot off. Oh wait, did I just spoil that? Okay, it doesn't matter. I guess I'll go over it pretty quickly in a moment anyways. So the Smeargle and Calculate. Oh, I need a nickname for Smeargle actually. Calculated, the P2, is actually my heat of the week. Saving the best for the last, right? Anyways, hopping onto Smeargle, this is my dedicated lead. The Spiky Shield is there for fake out users like Medicham and Infernape, and also to get off some trip damage. and plus ensure my focus hash stay intact before I go with either my Stealth Rocks or Glare. Taunt is there for the crit daily if he actually brings it and decide to lead with it. This is pretty much my lead 100% of the time, or at least 99% of the time, and I'm always going to be clicking Spiky Shield if he so decide to lead Ape to either get up rocks or go for Fake Out like I mentioned before. And if I don't see Ape, then great, one of my biggest one of the biggest threats to my team isn't there. And Glare is there for his faster threats. I might click Glare, I might, you know, go for Glare and go for the para over rocks turn 1. Just all depends on the situation. Yeah, and max speed, I don't really need HP, but I don't know. Max speed just to get off faster taunts against the crit elite, even though I believe I naturally outspeed anyways. But yeah, the spread on Smeargle doesn't really matter. It's just a lead, right? It's just there to sack it, to get up rocks, or you know, do what Smeargle does the best. Anyways, okay, hopping on to the man of the week, the heat of the week. All right, are you guys ready for this? You guys ready for this? I'm bringing a Choice Scarfed Porygon 2 with double edge return, toxic, and trick. Okay, with the EV is Jolly Nature with max attack and resting HP, 220 speed, just to outspeed a regular non-scarf Jolly or timid Ape / Galvantula. So this set, right, is meant to come in on Mega Medicham, because I know for sure this man is bringing it, simply because it's such a huge threat against my team. And just like my team, his team doesn't have a switch in to a huge power boosted double edge coming from P2. It'd be like, John, what are you thinking? Giving P2 a Choice Scarf? Okay, so first of all, my attack stat of 80 isn't that bad. You would think the 80 is really bad, but it's actually higher than, basically higher than all the pure power, huge power user, barring Mega Mawile and Mega Medicham. So two of the most famous threats with huge power / pure power are, aside from those two megas that I just mentioned, obviously Azumarill and the rabbit, I forgot his name, but Diggersby. Yeah, Diggersby has a base attack of 60, if I'm not mistaken. And Azumarill have an even lower attack, base attack of 50. So I'm actually hitting harder than those two big threats. So like, you would think 80 attack is bad, but it's actually not all that bad once I have huge power. So the plan is to send in P2 as a revenge killer. He's not gonna expect the Choice Scarf, right? And I'm gonna come in on the Mega Medicham once he kills or one of the members of my team, or I manage to get off parting shot with my Ghost type Savali, and then go straight up into P2 and just click double edge and get my kill. Similarly to how I don't have a switch into his Mega Medicham, he doesn't have a switch into a huge power boosted P2, right? I think I said that already, but it's so important that he doesn't have a switch in that I'm gonna say it twice. That's how much I'm hyped about this set, and it is, in my opinion, like pure heat, pure fire. So the reason I've returned is because if he so decide to, you know, like when I sending P2 to as a free switch into his Mega Medicham, he's gonna be suspicious, right? He might not actually stay in with his Mega Medicham just to scout what I have. So if I think he's gonna be preserving Mega Medicham, I actually will go for return, because that's a guaranteed kill, whether if he stay in or switch out anyways on a Mega Medicham, and it will get a huge dent on whatever comes in anyways, because he doesn't have a steel type, right? Obviously fully defensive Cradily will take it relatively well, but you know, aside from that, return is gonna do a huge damage to whatever he's sensing anyways. And double edge is just, you know, aka full final gambit. I'm gonna be taking a huge chunk of damage from double edge for sure, but it's just a huge nuke against his team. Yeah, I'm really happy about this set actually. Toxic and Trick, I don't really like, those moves are just there to fulfill it. Like, the main purpose of this P2 is to wall break against his team that doesn't even have any walls. So it's basically just to disassemble his team without doing what P2 usually does the best. So instead of walling it, I'm gonna be try to break it down with by taking advantage of that huge power. So one thing to note is that if he does bring a substitute bulk up set with his Mega Medicham, which I think he did once against me. This is all the way back like a couple years ago. We were just playing for fun on Wi-Fi. I'm gonna be in huge ton of trouble if he actually go for a substitute, seeing the Sovati Ghost, so my parting shots are not gonna affect it, and then I can't really go into my P2 because my trace won't work. Because of, I don't know if trace will work. I'm pretty sure it doesn't. Because of the fact that he has a substitute up, and I can't OCO him behind a substitute, obviously. And he's gonna be able to kill me in return with a high jump kick or dream punch. So that's the only situation where this set's gonna be bad. But regardless, right? This is flames. When you see a choice card P2, potentially rocking that huge power, you gotta you know, give the credit to me. And hopefully this set will put in the finance work. So yeah, that's it. That's gonna be the team for week 2. I sort of went on a ramble there a little bit in the end, but I'm really excited about this team, especially the P2 set. That's it. Let's see how the match is gonna be going down, potentially tonight or tomorrow. So yeah, that's gonna be it from me this week for the team builder. See you guys at the match, technicians.